I befriended this little injured butterfly earlier this week. Unfortunately, she only lasted a few days because she couldn't fly and something eventually got to her. But during her time in my garden, I hung out with her quite often and she inspired me to look into her species. She's a Red Admiral, which is a butterfly I see fairly often around here. And when I looked into Red Admirals, I learned that their host plant is stinging nettle. And I have a pretty large potted patch of stinging nettles in my garden because I enjoy eating them. I know most of you probably think that that's insane, but when you cook stinging nettle or you blend it really well, it breaks apart the stingers, and so it does not sting you in your mouth. Several weeks ago, while harvesting some of my nettles, I noticed a spiky caterpillar curled up in one of its leaves. And as it was during nettles eating season, I got worried that more caterpillars were going to come and just eat my entire plant before I could get to it. Rather than doing any research into it, I simply cut the leaf off of my plant and put it in another part of the yard. A couple days later, I noticed another curled up leaf and I looked inside and I saw a chrysalis. And because there wasn't very much leaf damage around it, I just left it alone. Well, during my investigations into the Red Admiral, I learned that that spiky caterpillar is its larva and that gray chrysalis belongs to it as well. And really, they didn't do very much damage to my nettles patch at all. I had all that I wanted to eat and I was able to share, and there's still a ton left, though it's currently past its edibility at this point. It made me sad to think that that caterpillar I had removed probably never grew into a butterfly. And then it got me thinking about my reactivity to garden pests. This incident made me realize that I really should be doing more observation and investigation before taking any action against perceived pests. When I see something eating my garden, my very first initial reaction is, "Danger, it's the enemy!" when I really need to be approaching the situation from a place of curiosity instead. Humans have become so disintegrated from nature that most of us very unfortunately have no idea what anything is. I think it's mainly our ignorance that's having such a destructive effect on the natural world around us. I don't think anyone has the actual intention to destroy our world's magical ecosystems. I mean, there may be some a-holes out there who do, but that's not the majority of us. I've decided that I'm now going to dedicate myself to an even deeper level of curiosity and learning about my natural neighbors, because it really does feel like the responsible thing to do. So although my little Red Admiral Butterfly friend didn't last for very long, I am super grateful for the lessons that she gave me.